Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're looking at Luke chapter 8, and today we're going to go back to where we left off the other day, and that's verses 40 through 48. This is, of course, the story that happens after Jesus heals the maniac of Gadara, comes back to Capernaum across the Sea of Galilee, and there a great crowd welcomes him and are ready for more of his messages and his healing power. And immediately it says, and so it was when Jesus returned that the multitude welcomed him, for they were all waiting for him. And behold, there came a man named Jairus, and he was a ruler of the synagogue, and he fell down at Jesus' feet and begged him to come to his house, for he had an only daughter about 12 years of age, and she was dying. But as he went, the multitude thronged him. Now a woman having a flow of blood for 12 years, who had spent all her livelihood on physicians and could not be healed by any, came from behind and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her flow of blood stopped. And Jesus said, "Who touched me?" And when all denied it, Peter said, and those with him said, "Master, the multitudes throng and press you, and you say, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus said, "Somebody touched me, for I perceived power going out from me." Now when the woman saw that she could not be hidden, she came trembling and fell down before him. And she declared to him in the presence of all the people the reason she had touched him and how she was healed immediately. And he said to her, "Daughter, be of good cheer. Your faith has made you well. Go in peace." Now we have to get the setting for this wonderful story of Jesus healing this woman who had this issue of blood for 12 years. And that's a long time. And the scripture says here that she had gone to the doctors many, many times, and they did not help her. Matter of fact, it was costly. The physicians cost her all of her living. She was at the end of her hope with being healed of this ailment that she had. And now she's desperate and she tries to find Jesus. But when she finds Jesus, Jesus has been asked by Jairus, ruler of the synagogue, a man of esteem in the community, who, when he came to Jesus, I noticed he fell at his feet and begged him, "My daughter is dying. Please come, please come." He knew Jesus could heal his daughter, and he came to Jesus, and he came humbly, he came bowing, he came seeking, he came looking for help. Now, isn't that interesting? So here's a man seeking help for his 12-year-old daughter, and here's a woman who's had an issue of blood for 12 years, the length of this little girl's life, that's dying, and they both are desperate, and they come to Jesus. My friend, that's the best thing you can do, is come to Jesus. Matter of fact, it's usually our desperation and our hopelessness and despair and problems and difficulties that call us to Jesus and causes us to humble ourselves and admit we can't make it on our own. Maybe that's where you're at today. Maybe you feel like you have come to the end of your rope. Maybe you don't see any future or any hope for the situation you're in. But my friend, today, I beg you, I plead with you, I weep with you, come to Jesus. Come broken, come humbly, and come and ask him. Come looking, and he will help you. He went with this man, Jairus. He was on his way, and you got to get the picture. The man, Jesus said, "Okay, I'll come." Now, a whole multitude was wanting Jesus, but Jesus is interested in individuals. And remember, when this lady touched him and she gets healed, Peter, when Jesus said, "Who touched me?" Peter says, "Well, who touched you? Everybody's touching you." And I want to remind you, there are two touches, the touch of faith and the touch without faith. The touch without faith, and the people were thronging him. They were all up against him, but they didn't get healed. But this woman who touched him, Jesus said, "Your faith had healed you." It wasn't so much the touch, it was the faith. It was the faith of Jairus that brought him to Jesus. And my friend, when we come to Jesus in faith, believing that he alone can save us from our sin, heal us of our problems and issues that we're having, that's when the miracle takes place. And I invite you today, come to Jesus, and by faith look unto him who is the author and the finisher of your faith, and you'll find a miracle can take place in your life. Well, God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.